the ministry work that I do, that we do together, is Holy Spirit driven. It's, we have the bishop's backing, we have his approval, we have his blessing. We're regularly supported. We have, there is something to be said for that deference, as you mentioned, right? Obedience. It's
right,
a virtue.
yeah.
It's a virtue. And docility. Docilitas in Latin means the willingness to be led. It's weird because either you're dealing with the rampant effeminacy in the modern culture where, to be a masculine man of virtue is frowned upon or attacked. That's one side of the pendulum. The other side is like, dare I say this toxicity or this like, I can do it myself mentality, right? Kind of like just like the old archetypal, like I'm not going to pull over and ask for directions vibe.
Right.
And virtue lies in the mean, right? Like docility is like all of the virtues, something you need to max out. You need to maximize your stats and your gains. And it's part and parcel with that obedience component. And I'll let you in on a little secret for why we're so successful. It's nothing new under the sun, Ecclesiastes 1:9-10. His name is escaping me right now, but it's just a testament to the pattern throughout all of church history. If you do your research, if you dive into enough books, Father so-and-so was the spiritual director for St. Vincent de Paul. He was basically the OG from the prior generation, passing it on to the next generation. And he wrote this book on spiritual perfection, and he talks about the importance of obedience, and he lists 6 components of it that you need to master all of them in order to really start perfecting obedience. And I don't have them all memorized, but it's like you have to do it like with utter promptitude. You have to do it sweetly. You have to do it, like with essentially without like counting the personal cost,
right.
And with trust, and as just a sense of duty and to do it well, right?
Yeah.
And that's hard for some people because, and I don't blame anybody. Like it's hard to trust for one. It's hard to trust in this day and age. It's hard to find, truly holistic virtue to where you can actually get behind that. But here's where it gets fun, and this is what I've learned. And again, this pattern is throughout literally every generation from the time of Christ to present day. Mm-hmm. You find these generational paths of holiness where the baton got passed properly. And St. Teresa of Avila talks about this as well, that you don't just exercise obedience and docility and all of those things to your superiors, you exercise them to your inferiors as well. Mm-hmm. As long as somebody gives you a good idea, or it's like objectively neutral or better, and you're the superior and you're serving others, you do it.
Yeah.
Just do it. You basically treat them like they are your superior.
Well, that's what makes a good leader too. Like someone that can hear a good idea and not put their pride before, like allowing this inferior's idea to come to fruition, like not just shutting it down because no, that's not my idea, I don't want it. Like that's a bad leader.
When you're all members of one body, it's everyone's idea. If it's God's idea and it's a good idea, it's everyone's. Like it's just it's a different way of thinking.
Right. Well, especially Jesus put a lot of emphasis on the meek and humble of heart, and the servants will become the masters and vice versa. So
servant leadership.
Right.
If you're truly the leader, you're the servant of all.